watching the police and the fire department personnel that were there, and especially the school teachers. I am just so proud of the way that our town has responded to this.
So proud of the way the town has responded to this, from that father right there who echoed what other parents said, which is that they will be hugging their children, the children who did get out alive. You heard the one mother there describing what she had heard, and reports of a masked man who entered the school and started firing. There were reports from one parent there that some of the children were actually brought out from the school bloody. And this, as we look at the number on your screen, and it's a harrowing one, at least 27 shot at this school in Connecticut, Newtown, Connecticut. It is the Sandy Hook Elementary School, a small, close-knit community. We do know that a number of those victims, perhaps the majority of them, could be children. And of course, we'll learn more as this horrific story unfolds. You're looking at pictures right now, parents holding onto their children's hands, this mother carrying her daughter past the fire trucks. Authorities responding to the scene immediately after those initial calls came in, and as is the case with any of these emergencies, in the beginning you start to hear a trickle of information, and you fear that it could be really bad, but you're hoping that it's not, and that's what you continue to hear from parents here. And what has unfolded is, in fact, a horrible picture. A tragedy in this small town, and the numbers continue to grow. We are waiting a news conference a short time from now. It will be a first time hearing from authorities in that community. We do know that the FBI is on the scene, that Connecticut State Police are also on the scene. But as you know, as we look at helicopter shots from our affiliate WABC television here in New York, that security at elementary schools nationwide is extraordinarily basic. Armed guards, very rare at schools. One security consultant telling us that this shooting is unprecedented at an elementary school. It's history-making for all the wrong reasons. We have, to the best of our recollection, never reported on a mass shooting of this scope at an elementary school here in America. I know from picking up, my little niece at an elementary school, that you sign in a clipboard when you go into the front of the school, and then you pick up the child, and that's often the case at schools around the country. It's just almost an impossible feat to think that these schools would be any more secure than they are already. We do know that these events can happen, and that's why teachers and administrators are drilled on this. And it sounds as though their practice, their training played out today when you hear about how calmly they took those children from the school, and that one father who said he was, and the word he used, was proud of the way that school and his community was reacting to this morning. Our senior justice correspondent, Pierre Thomas, working his sources in Washington. And Pierre, what can you tell us about the latest in the investigation?
Again, the FBI and ATF and federal sources are trying to give all the support they can to the local police. Again, right now the concern is about the children. As you said, at least 27 people killed in this horrific incident, mostly children, we're told. The FBI, we're also being told, has been in communication with the governor and state officials. Also, we're being told that the President of the United States has been briefed about this very tragic affair.
R.J. Tapper at the White House did report that the president was briefed some time ago by FBI Director Bob Mueller. He's spoken to Connecticut Governor Dan Malloy, who was previously the mayor of Stamford, now the governor there in Connecticut. And we do believe that he's on his way to the scene, if not having arrived already. For those of you just tuning in now, we continue to follow a school shooting here, 1:29 in the afternoon. We've been following it since this morning, and the numbers have simply been breathtaking. At least 27 shot and killed, many of them children. Authorities on the scene. We're awaiting the first press conference to get a clearer picture. We do know that there was at least one gunman involved. It's believed this gunman then took their own life. And we heard a mother who joined us earlier in our breaking news coverage tell us that the children were brought out, many of them injured, bloodied, that there was a masked man who had entered the school, a masked man, and began shooting. The parents who did find their children at a neighboring volunteer firehouse, the Sandy Hook firehouse, holding them, hugging their children, and you can